All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Google Rumble Tournament. This is going to be week 3, and we're going to be having a fun little game for you. This was blind pick, so these teams just kind of building the comps they want. We're actually going to see 2 rises on the battlefield here, and we're going to see some kookiness. Basically, shenanigans is the theme of this game, and with these kind of players in tow, these are all Google employees mounting up here in a Swiss format, so they can actually lose a few times and basically run all these fun comps and battle it out here. So these aren't this is going to be your top level pro players. Some of these guys aren't even gold or even ranked at all, so should be a fun little game. See how this one works out right now, and is this going to be a best of 1? But should be a good one. We're going to have Team Airwolf is going to be our red team, and Team YOLOmid, which will be our blue team. And you can see YOLOmid gearing up now, possibly for that blue buff invade. And, you know, let's call it up. We're going to have Sushi Ninja on that Pantheon, Yondoff on Rise, Hans on that Jungle Vi. Target's going to be G-Dogs, and Mooney going to be on Kog'Maw for YOLOmid. On the other team, we're going to have Dr. Something Pants on Rise, Just Adam on Misfortune, Wise Wolf Hole going to be Hollow, Wise Wolf Hollow going to be on Ari, probably in that mid lane. We're going to see Ash here, going to be Helensky, and Jabranic's going to be onto this Udyr, but there we have the early engage jumping on and going to get the early kill onto that Ash, and now they're going for more. Rannick's running for his life, trying to get out of dodge, running down and away, trying to find a good path. He's actually going to run in to Hans right here. There's a flash stun, followed up by a room prison. He's trying to get enough room, and it looks like Helensky actually might have disconnected from the game, which since they didn't play tournament mode, I don't think they can pause. And there's a flash stun. So many summoners being burned here. They're finally able to get a kill. And, you know, when I was talking about shenanigans, that's what I was talking about. Rannick's thinking about starting in the jungle finally here. Previously, I had seen this team run multiple double lanes. And believe it or not, we're actually seeing a Misfortune Rise top. That's gonna be happening, children. Sushi Ninja actually coming through mid, mad moaning it up here with the Pantheon not wearing clothes skin, the 300 skin, if you will. Han's gonna go in there, gonna use that smite to actually steal blue, so that's gonna put Rannick's a little bit behind. So Helensky gonna finally hop in here, but that bottom turret gonna be torn down quite a bit here, and that is unfortunate that they do have did have that happen to them. They do not actually have the pause feature available to him. That is kind of the penalty of running blind pick, I guess, in this format. And I would say if it was before the kill, then they should have restarted the match, actually. But since I think the kill happened before that, doesn't quite matter here much anymore. Stun, taken down, and now we're going to see the blue fed over here to Rise. So very coordinated, more of a standard kind of composition coming in here, as we can see for Team YOLOmid, and Pantheon just taking over this top lane. He's going to be against this 2v1 top, while Udyr is going to be stuck trying to guard that bottom. And we actually seen Helensky go now into this mid lane, backing up Wise Wolf Hollow, and they're just kind of going to be poking out quite a bit here. And actually a kill in the top lane from Sushi Ninja. I'm actually going to go back and check out exactly what happened up there, and it looks like Just Adam was actually pretty low. Looks like poking in here, and probably just didn't expect this jump on there, and just the Heartseeker Strike with that low health, going to be able to get off that critical damage, and even though it takes a lot of damage back from minions, not going to be enough. And Turtle Stance, luckily, good and really good in 2v1s. Actually saw that recently played the LCS to great effectiveness. And Rise is going to have to deal with some early pressure and poke and pushing, which is what he doesn't like to deal with. So interesting strategy from them coming in here. Kind of interesting. Blind pick's always interesting because you're not picking off your opponent's team. You don't know what they're doing until it loads up, so you have a very short amount of time to decide how you want to split up lanes and whatnot. And with that early DC, I think they've decided to just not have a jungler and have Rannick's actually just come in here into this bottom lane. You can see him trade right there with that Tiger Stance. So much damage coming out of that. And we see Sushi Ninja coming in here, wants to go for 1 kill. Quick little flash out of there by Dr. Something Pants. I think he was wetting his pants a little bit there, afraid of that Pantheon coming in for the kill. Pantheon with a very huge advantage up there. Took him a while to get to top, but the level's very high. And oh my god, Hans dying to the golems, the Golem Bros. They've been lifting weights in the off season, coming through there and beating them up in the jungle. Had such a strong start. Unfortunately, dying right there, but should come back with some vengeance, I hope, for his sake. It's kind of funny here because normally I do move the champions into lanes, but since this is just all haberdashery in this game so far, it's where I put them, at least for Team Airwolf, the red team, is anybody's guess where I should really throw them. R I know is pretty much mid, and Ranix is bot at this point. I've basically figured that much out. It looks like Halensi actually coming here to back up, gets off a critical, trying to get off a critical shot there, charging up, followed by a volley. But this kind of just bodes well for Kog'Maw if he's able to farm up, which he has been able to do relatively easily. Even though Ranix was able to go in there and do damage, he was late, got killed early, can go back to the lane. They don't have a lot of farm to their name. Ahri doing a really good job in that mid lane, and Misfortune honestly doing a pretty good job in that top lane. Pantheon basically carrying top lane off the fact that he, not on CS, but just purely just getting those kills. Almost had another kill up there. But Han's now coming down this bot lane. There's no wards up here. Not going to be able to stop this. The Vault Breaker going to be able to miss, though. Halensi flashing out of that one. And now we actually see Ranix in mid now. He's actually teamed up there and is now doing work. No lane is safe. And there's just the heavy burst damage from Sushi Ninja. I mean, he's feasting up here. There's another spear. Just wait for that really short cooldown. Should have another one, and there's a double kill. And they're going to have a hard time dealing with that. I mean, the early just burst damage coming out of him, they're not really prepared for this. If I could give them some advice, I think this is actually a better swap. I think it's actually better for them to have Udyr up here instead. You see that Tiger doing actually work. He's able to actually trade with Pantheon, even though Pantheon has a pretty substantial lead. And that's a better, actually, lane to put Udyr up in. I would probably swap them back down bottom, potentially. Looking at their levels, they're both level 4. The problem right now is Pantheon's level 6. Pantheon now can start to get around the map when he wants to as well, which is going to be a problem for their team going forward. Rise sitting pretty right now, actually has a health pot. And here we're going to see Hams go in there again. Misses another Vault Breaker. Doesn't quite have the hang of those down there, but just loves his giant fists as he runs around through the jungle. And once he gets that ult, though, should be able to lock down a little bit better. Can follow the ult up with a nice Vault Breaker and usually land both those CCs then and do some work. But we see Sushi Ninja just pushing up this lane. They actually have a ward up there in the brush just to in case he gets that buff control and starts to hop out of it. And there's going to see a really quick trade from him. His burst damage is just very, very strong at this point. I would definitely say that they should actually, in this case, since it's being so rough on them, they should probably actually be rocking. They should probably be buying cloth armor, and it should also be or Dorn's shields would be really good items. I know it's not what they want to build, but it's what will actually help them. Lucky for them, Pantheon is beefy as he is, unless he just keeps running away getting kills. Does fall off later on in the game, so not too worried about that. Mooney actually just pausing right here, trying to play possum right there. Maybe they won't think he's still in this game. They actually do have the red buff for Misfortune. Don't want to lose that. Stuns coming in here onto G-Dogs in this bot lane, getting off a decent amount of damage onto him, but he's able to heal up. And Mooney, really the one that matters and the one that just needs to get the farm up. And right now he's actually leading the game in farm, I believe, at 39. So doing a good job, and that Kog'Maw's going to be very, very potent as we move farther along into this game. And Sushi just going in there, getting locked up. Might have some good damage, but that bullet time not placed quite correctly. If they got off a little bit better coverage, they might have been in business there. I think Rise should have actually stayed in the pocket. They should have just traded it out and tried to go for a kill there. Also looking up there, they do have an Ignite. I think they could have been able to pull out the kill, especially with an Exhaust. They need to use that Exhaust and Ignite. Use those Summoner spells on him because they'll mitigate a lot of damage, and that Ignite will be able to probably tear them down combined with some skills. They do have the power up there, but just constantly taking poke from spears and kind of playing passively and fearful, which they've kind of been conditioned into now that they've died a few times, is really kind of working against them now. Now he's going to go in. Should use that Exhaust. Will it come out, though? There's that Ignite. Going to be followed up. Will they get that last kit? It looks like they're not going to be able to. Spear might come in. Need to be very, very careful there. But nice attempt there that time. But again, just need to get off that Exhaust, and Rise just didn't do it. If he did do it, it would have mitigated so much of that damage. They should have been able to pick up a kill, I think, in that top lane. And poor Hans. He'll hit one of them. He'll hit one of them one of these days. Once he gets that level 6, just you wait. Just you wait till he gets level 6. He's so close. He's level 5. It's going to be coming for him. Monkey stance. Look at the monkeys. It's a barrel of monkeys. Kog'Maw throw down that ult. See, the thing about Kog'Maw's ult is actually patience. If you wait on it, it's only like 60 mana at level 1, but you know, if you have a decent amount of items, could deal up to like 200 damage or something for a 60 mana spell. Get out of here. Like that's crazy talk. But you know, if you spam it like that, it costs a lot of mana and can starve you. But if you're patient with it, you just wait for the 6 seconds or whatever it is to time out. You know, you can see the passive on your bar and just keep using it that way. It's a really efficient, actually, long-range poke spell. So it looks like Sushi Ninja coming out of that top lane. He's tired of dominating there. Now they're going to move on this mid lane, try to get some turrets, and I think if they do that, it'd be pretty huge for them, because if they're able to take out some turrets, it'll open up the map for them, and they'll be able to actually do some serious work. Now they're actually just going to have to back off out of this, because we do see YOLOmid Hollow actually returning here. Looks like going for a Gunblade right off the bat with those double amp tones. Wanted to go for a stun, is going to be able to get it, should be able to be followed up by a Rune Prison. Going to lock her in place, but I think she might be able to get out of this Ignite. Not going to be enough to take off, but that moving back in there, the Flash Spear is going to be able to do it. Sushi Ninja, he's been playing a bit lately, and he's been loving that Pantheon, because I can tell he gets to came this game with no mercy. You know, some of these players, you know, might have been like, I don't know what's going to happen, but man drop inbound, and a nice ult going to hold them in there, deal massive damage. There's that one's going to count. Now we're going to see the excessive force. There's going to be a pickup kill, and just in case, Ryze coming up in that top lane, going to be able to have potential to go in there for kill, but it's already cleaned up before he can get there. Right now, fired on all cylinders, 8-0. And yeah, just doing work is YOLOmid. And you know what? They're playing like they might only live once, because the only one's died so far. The only feeder is Hans, but Hans died to he died to the Golem Bros. The Golem Bros right now actually beating Airwolf in kills currently, so they're going to have to rectify that coming forward farther into this game. You see 6-0-2 for Sushi Ninja. Definitely thriving in that top lane against the 2v1. Feeling it right now, and Moon and G-Dog I think are just being really careful, trying to wait for Helensky, but Helensky doing the smart thing, being very cautious here, and just going in there, poking, getting the CS that you can get, and just trying to play this safe. And it looks like there's another missed Vault Breaker onto Ranix. Ranix knows that's trouble, so just tries to back off out of this one. Ari just trading with Ryze right now. Doesn't have a lot of retreat space, though, so needs to be careful when she does get out on this map like this. And even though she has mobility, it's basically just keeping her alive, but sending her back to base every time Ryze does go and engage on her. Ryze is actually pretty healthy right now. Has a Catalyst, has that tier, charging up right now. That's just pretty standard bread and butter, but he's getting it pretty early here at 13 minutes in, and probably feels pretty good about that. Looking at Advice Bill, I'd probably tell Hans just to go straight for Lizard Elder at this point. Just get that extra deeps in there, do some work, and now we're going to have some CC come back in here, make it rain, just trying to cover the retreat. Playing, you know, just very, very passively and scared at this point, and a little bit rightly so, but at the same time, I think they actually have the tools to put some hurt on him if they just layer it correctly, but it just might be one of those scenarios where they're just not confident. I guess it's, and honestly, I'd be a little bit scared too. There's a point in my gaming career where I'd just be like, I don't want to have any part of this guy. I just want to stay really far away. But it's kind of one of those scenarios where if they look back at this, they should know in future situations they can actually do some work here. And Hans actually can come down this bottom lane. We might see a push up, finally see the turret fall. They're trying to trade here just a little bit. Still have that exhaust. Need to work onto that. There is going to be the last spear, and just need one more, or possibly a stun jump, and that should finish it off. Actually going under turret, onto Ryze. Going to be able to pick off Ari there, and we see a very, very low Pantheon. And again, that's just one of those scenarios where just could have probably picked off a kill if they just knew you know, when and how to turn on their opponents. But just since Sushi Ninja just playing that mind game with that advantage, and now he's going to be able to buy up here. Actually has a lot of attack speed, so he has Cutlass plus double daggers, so a lot of attack speed falling up there. Kind of interesting, because in all honesty, Pantheon doesn't really need attack speed at all. He's more of like a caster, AD caster. I mean, that's what he is. So would probably have liked to seen something different onto him. It looks like he's going to go BT, but I mean, BT's fine. I just would think that going, I think it would have been his early game would have been even more potent if he had gone for the elite. But We're going to see him actually man drop bottom, it looks like. He is going to land onto Helensky, and they're going to see a lot of slows coming there. So Helensky actually going to be able to zone him out there as he's trying to deal damage to Udyr, who's trying to back off. Now Udyr going to come back in with character stance, get off a stun, but going to eat another stun in response. Going to be torn down, and just kind of ill-advised there. Now Han's actually coming down, but every time it seems like he shows up for the most part, besides the one-man drop top. You kind of not needed as Pantheon just making the rounds. But yeah, Brutalizer I think would have been a pretty solid pickup for Pantheon early, but it looks like he can actually really honestly build whatever he wants. Again, just really aggressive there, going in for the stun, trying to follow that up. Hans trying to clear out some minions here. They need to make sure they clear out this next level of minions, which you can see Sushi Ninja realizing right there. Gonna help them be able to take a turret without actually taking any unnecessary damage. Could fall back to Dragon, although they could. I think they could just keep pushing here. 4 more waves. I think Hans too should probably learn the combo. The Vault Breaker through the lineup of minions as they're stretched out into the excessive force. Getting that AoE and be able to clear a lane. And now we're going to see a big engagement here, but misses that charm. If they would have hit that charm, would have been able to pick up more. But a secondary turret for a first-tier turret that they haven't even been able to put damage on yet. You know, I'll take that trade all day long. And Ranix trying to put some damage on it, and they have people here, but need to be careful they don't take turret aggro and die. But damage coming back in here are going to be able to pick up that Rise as he comes in there, maybe thinking they could pick something up. But now they've lost a second-tier turret. Now they might lose a base turret, as it looks like they just keep pushing home, and that's what they should do. And the Ash Arrow coming in from Helensky going to be eaten by Sushi Ninja like it was candy. They're going to lose an inhibitor maybe now at almost 17 minutes into the game. And no mercy from YOLOmid, just pouring it on at this point. On the back of Sushi Ninja, just coming around, regulating those lanes. Don't need much more than that. But an early inhibitor down. 17 minutes in again, and crushing. Just crushing at this point. But, you know, Airwolf, you know, they actually have a kill under their belt. They were able to pick up Rise. So not a complete shutout. Plus, they've made some mean faces at some turrets. I was going to say maybe they're going to get a turret. Oh, there it is. There it is. But now, just Adam is in a lot of trouble, but worth it. Mission success. Unfortunately, did pick up that kill onto Rise, so was worth gold. If she hadn't have picked up that kill, would have not been worth anything. And that would have been actually a better play for her team. Like, the gold that they would have got for killing her would have been like a minion versus a tower to the entire team. So it would have been actually a really solid play. Unfortunately, does give a little bit of gold there since to get that kill. So no dice, no dice. It looks like we have a Bilgewater Cutlass into something more for damage from Misfortune than just a tier coming on Rise. So quite a step behind the tier Sork Shoes Rod of Ages Rise. 20 CS will do that to you if you are support Rise. Now they're trying to move in here, trying to pick up a kill. They are going to be able to tear down Udyr, and that is going to be the legendary for Sushi Ninja right now. Just thriving. He's the big whale. At this point, if I was Airwolf, the new strategy is kill Sushi Ninja. Pantheon's killable. He's not that tanky. All my goal and effort in life would just go towards picking him off rare. And Helensky actually does have Ash Arrow. I would have Ash Arrow the crap out of him right there. Like, I guess they didn't have vision, to be fair. But I just would have been hucking. I would have hucked the Ash Arrow in there, follow up with the Charm, Rune Prince. You have so much CC. Tear that mofo down. Get that extra bonus gold. Laugh it all the way to the bank and call it mission accomplished if you're Team Airwolf. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's coming in the back. They need to focus on him. I just want them to do it. I just want them to do it. They need to get the big whale. And Sushi Ninja going to return in here. Ranix not getting a lot of help in here. A little bit of damage coming in here, but Sushi Ninja still sustaining through this. They need to focus on him. They might be able to get him. He's winning in the enemy team. The Ash Arrow unfortunately crosses over. Not going to be able to do anything. They're trying to throw it in damage, but that Sushi Ninja bastard is still alive. He's still alive. Oh, poor Airwolf. Their focus fire just wasn't quite good enough. That Ash Arrow not hitting the mark. Ash actually stuck in base already, trying to defend against super minions. Real talk at 19 minutes in. Tough times. Hans, meanwhile, doing his job. You know, it's just no one else needs him. He's going to sit here, just take his giant fists and wail on this turret. Unfortunately, that does not actually hurt the turret more. It would clear minions behind it, potentially. Doesn't really help him out there. But is going to help him clear out this waves now. You see them pushing in top lane. Now they're going to back off, although they get a decent amount of damage up there. Already at half health. on that secondary turret. And I have a feeling Airwolf's going to fight this one out because they know in their hearts that they need to kill themselves a Pantheon. And Operation Kill Pantheon must be a go. It has to be executed here, or else the children will die. And we don't want the children to die. We don't want them. We don't want the little orphans to burn down the building. And the only way to save the orphans is to kill Pantheon and use his blood to put out the fire. That is clearly the only recourse now for Airwolf. So, Airwolf, this is your mission if you choose to accept it. And we can see they're already coming out here for the assassination plot as they head towards Baron. And is this a desperation Baron? Yes, this is what they need to lure in the Pantheon. Now they have him lured in. Now they might be able to turn on this one. But no, it's going to be more legendary for the enemy team. Mandrop coming in the escape route. A little bit interesting positioning. It burns a flash right away to try to get onto Wolf Hollow. Now they're going for Wolf Hollow. No, Wolf Hollow falling down right now. This plan has gone horribly wrong. Ranix is actually having to run past turret. He's running for his life with the Rune Prison. Oh, he's trapped in a horrible purgatory. It is going to be slain by the giant fists of Hans. And now it's just poor Just Adam. It's just Adam. That's what just happened right there. And Just Adam is going to have to try to defend these giant super creeps all on his lonesome. Will he be able to do it? It's going to be a hard task for them. 20-1 down against all odds. Unfortunately, Airwolf not succeeding in their mission, but luckily they have low cooldown timers. This is part of their strategy. They're gonna lure their salvation, aka Sushi Ninja, into a trap. That kill was just all part of the plan right now. They don't need the Bullet Storm. They're just gonna use a little bit of damage on the enemy team to draw off what their true focus is, which is gonna be to kill Sushi Ninja. They're gonna look for it right now, but oh no, Sushi Ninja getting the better of them with his awesome mind control powers, convincing Dr. Something Pants to come in and just kill himself. And much like, oh no, now they're finally going to be able to spring their trap. The Ash Arrow misses. No, the plan is falling apart. They need to go past there. They need to get Sushi Ninja, but they're not able to do it. No, plan save the orphans might be in jeopardy. Sushi Ninja's so low though. Helensky, you need to do it for the orphans. Misfortunes respond. They won't expect this coming in here. For the orphans, you two, you must do it. Oh, the bullet time is used to clear minions. They have to do it. Will they be able to take down Sushi Ninja, though? He's going to come. He's going to be baited. Helensky, now is your chance. No. There's no chance now. They don't really have a team to fight this one. They don't have a group that they can actually use to focus. The super minions are coming in from all sides. It's an absolute massacre and horror. And unfortunately, Team Airwolf, I don't think, is going to be able to save the orphans. They still have one shot left, but it looks like Sushi Ninja might be able to go back, buy up a little bit more, become a little bit stronger, pad that 16-0-6 with a Baron. How much gold is he banking? Let's look in here. What is this? This dastardly villain that he stole. This is all money he stole from children. 1,800 gold. He almost has 10k gold, all stolen from children. They're carrying around a lot of shit. Parents, why are you giving your children so much money? That is ridiculous. 10 grand to children. That's some rich babies. Maybe he stole all their iPhones and sold them on eBay. Maybe that's how he got all his money. Dastardly Sushi Ninja. Airwolf, you know, they need to pull it together. They need to pull it together at this point. They only have one real shot here to save the children. It's going to be their last shot because it's going to be decisive. Sushi Ninja wants blood. You can look into his eyes right now. Well, you can't because he's blocking with a shield. But when he gets really close there and starts to throw out Heartseeker strikes and throw spears, you'll be able to see his eyes. Just red, dark, soulless eyes. And unfortunately, you know, he's strong-armed this gang of YOLOmid together, you know, to help him in his dastardly plans. And you know, they don't really know any better. You know, they're just kind of young kids. You know, they grew up kind of idolizing him, and just kind of leading them into, you know, a horrible life of crime. And we're gonna see how this works out here. now defending their last 2 Nexus turrets. This is the Alamo right now. And most importantly, Wireless Hall is going to be caught here. And a man drop right on their face. That is how evil Sushi Ninja is. And he's jumping in there just destroying everybody. And it looks like the children are going to burn alive in the orphanage. Sushi Ninja's going to live. They're not going to be able to use his sacrificial blood to put out the fire. And almost baited him into a fountain. Almost saved the children there. But unfortunately, Sushi Ninja gonna live on, the biggest villain of them all. YOLOmid is gonna win the Google Rumble match here against Airwolf. Well played by them, and congrats to Evil Everywhere. You guys should feel good about yourselves. I'm just kidding. So that was a fun little game there. I told you it would be shenanigans. Congratulations to YOLOmid picking off that win, and better luck next time, Airwolf. I will play your theme music next time I get to cast you, and hopefully that will actually lead you to a victory. I actually blame this loss on me. I was the critical component that cost you the game, so this one's on me, guys. And next time I'll play the theme music, and you should be able to win the game.